Welcome friends to my channel The Electrical Guy. Friends, today through this video we are going to learn about 10 basic components of electronics. Let us see first component. We call this as resistor. Symbol of resistor is like this. We use resistor to reduce voltage in a circuit and also to reduce current in circuit. This second component which you can see here, this is known as variable resistor, or you can call this as preset also. Symbol of variable resistor is like this. By looking to the symbol, you can say symbol of previous resistor and this resistor has similarities. But difference here is an arrow sign is there. Meaning of arrow is value of resistance here can be changed. To change the value of resistance here, what you have to do with the help of screwdriver, this rotary switch which is given here, you have to rotate this. As you rotate this, value of resistance changes. So only difference between these two resistor is value of that resistor is fixed and value of this variable resistor can be changed. We use this variable resistor in a circuit where we have to control the sensitivity. That is, if we want to change the value of resistance in a circuit, then we use this type of variable resistor. Now this third component which you can see here, this is known as capacitor. There are various types of capacitor and the picture you can see here, this one is electrolytic capacitor. Now symbol of capacitor is like this. Friends, capacitor which you can see here is polarized capacitor. Meaning of polarized capacitor is one terminal in capacitor is positive and one terminal is negative. If we want to identify here that which one is positive and which one is negative, then for this you have to see the leg. In this capacitor there will be a bigger leg will be positive, and in this capacitor there will be a shorter leg, that terminal will be negative. If in this capacitor both the legs are equal, then in this condition you have to observe this strip. This gray strip you can see here, on this strip a negative sign is there. This means that this leg here is -1 and another one is +1. Now let us talk about the use of this capacitor. We use capacitors like filters. That is, in our circuit, if there are some noises, to reduce these noises, we use capacitor. Like you must have seen, to convert AC into DC, we use diode. Now diode which converts AC into DC, there are some noises, that is fluctuations. To reduce those fluctuations, we use this capacitor. Friends, now this component which you can see here, we call this as ceramic capacitor. Symbol of this is made like this. Capacitor I shown you just before, one of the type of that capacitor is this ceramic capacitor. Only difference between that capacitor and this capacitor is there is a polarization in that capacitor, that is there is a positive and negative, but in this capacitor there is no positive, no negative. It means you can connect this capacitor in any way. However you want to connect, you can connect. And along with this, value of this capacitor here is very low. Now this ceramic capacitor here, we use this to reduce fluctuations in any circuit. Now this fifth number component you can see here, this is known as diode. Symbol of diode is made like this. There are two terminals in diode, anode and cathode. This terminal here where full body is black, this is our anode, and here white color strip is there, this side is our cathode. We use diode in a circuit where we have to convert AC power supply into DC. And along with this, we use diode as a switch also. It means that diode never let current to flow in reverse direction. If you do only forward bias, that is, you do connection in right direction, then only current will flow. If you do reverse connection, then current will not flow. Now friends, this sixth number of component here, this component is known as transistor. Symbol of transistor is like this. Normally transistor is of two types. One is NPN and second is PNP. Difference between the symbols of NPN and PNP is, in NPN transistor symbol, there is an arrow, you can see this arrow here. Direction of arrow is outwards. From this line, if direction of arrow is outwards, then this will be our NPN transistor. And if this arrow is inwards, then this will be our PNP transistor. We use transistor in a circuit where we have to convert low signal into high signal. That is, if frequency of any signal is very low and you want to increase the frequency, then there you can use transistor. Besides, we also use this transistor in a circuit where we have to turn on and off circuit again and again. Like if you want to turn on and off a circuit 1000 times in a second, then there you have to use a transistor. Now this component which you can see here, this is known as voltage regulator. Symbol is made like this. In this voltage regulator, there are three terminals. Among these three terminals, one terminal is for input, second one is for output, and one terminal is for ground. We use voltage regulator in a circuit where we want constant voltage in output. That is, if you want to drop voltage in a circuit, then there you can use voltage regulator. Friends, how this voltage regulator works, let us understand this through an example. Suppose we have a battery whose voltage is 12 volt. Now this regulator we have, number on this is 7809. This means that this regulator gives 9 volt in output. Now in output, that is on this terminal, if you give 12 volt voltage, then from output we will get only 9 volt. This means in output we get constant voltage. Now this component which you can see here, this is known as IC, that is integrated circuit. Friends, there are various types of IC, and for each type of IC there is a different symbol, and uses of each type is also different. These symbols which you can see here, these are symbols of three different IC. What is the work of IC? Let us understand this first. Suppose you made a circuit, a big circuit. Now we want to use this circuit many times. See, we have to make circuit again and again. So what engineers did is they converted it into a small component. I mean that big circuit which was there before is converted into a small one. Inside this, there is a big circuit. Now there is no need to make circuit inside this component. You only have to do connection and you can use this. Now friends, this ninth number of component here, this is known as 7 segment LED display. This 7 segment LED display here, symbol for this is made like this. We use this LED display where we have to show any digit or to show any alphabet. On this LED display, we can show digits from 0 to 9, and along with this, we can show some alphabets also. We cannot show all the alphabets on this display, but we can show some alphabets on this display. Now friends, last component of this video is left. This component is known as relay. Symbol of relay is made like this. We use this relay in a circuit where we have to operate high voltage and high current. Now friends, in this relay, there is a coil. Like here you can see a coil is made. To this coil, we have to provide input power supply. This input power supply can be of low voltage also. Like here the relay we have, this relay operates on 5 volt DC. This means that to this coil, we have to provide 5 volt DC power supply. Now when this coil receives 5 volt DC power supply, contact of this, I mean this portion, this will operate, that is switching will happen, or we can say this switch will turn on and off. So what we can do, we can connect any power supply here. Like in this relay here, 10 ampere 250 volt AC connection we can do here. So in this contact here, up to 250 volt voltage we can provide and up to 10 ampere current we can easily flow. Our circuit and electronic component will remain unaffected. That's it friends. Friends, if you want to know about types of contactors and their uses, then click on the right hand side video to watch. Friends, if you like this video, then do like, share and comment on this video. And if you didn't subscribe my channel yet, please subscribe.